everybody, it's Aquila, and this is a Lefty Knitter podcast channel on YouTube, and this is episode 183, I believe. So, welcome to my channel here, where I show you all the crafty things that I'm getting into, which mostly is knitting, a lot of crocheting lately, but all the things. So, I have, told you I would pepper in some things. Now, this wasn't something I purchased. This was gifted to me. But, like, the first time I ever watched, I'm going to name drop. Ready? First time I ever watched Fiber Hustle, behind them, like, Aaron is a huge music fan. So, he had a Guided by Voices album. And I was like, we're going to be, like, friends. Like, that's it. That's what it's going to be. Like, totally. Like, we're going to meet. It's going to be like, we've known each other forever. And it did really feel like that. It was pretty awesome. But music, like, it was just too cool. Like, I don't know many people who know Guided by Voices. So it was just, I don't know. I felt like I just bonded right from the start. So if you don't know, Aaron and Chip, Aaron has been dyeing yarn. Chip has been, well, he sews and he does quilting and all kinds of stuff. But he has been making these prototype bags that I don't know what's going to come of it, but I'm thinking they're going to maybe start selling some stuff, which would be cool. I don't know, though. I mean, I don't have the inside scoops, right? But we're not those kinds of friends. But it was so sweet. When we ran into them, like, he handed me, it's a chip bag. I'm so excited. This is the cutest little thing. It has a snap and you can hold it over your arm and you can knit and do the things. It is so cute. And then, all right, so when Aaron showed this, I loved it. I was like, holy cow. Because he likes dyeing yarn based on, like, album covers and stuff. And I think that is so, like, I love that. I love it, love it, love it. Now, this was Smashing Pumpkins, Melancholy, and the Infinity Sadness album. And I know he said it wasn't exactly what he, like, envisioned, but it's beautiful. And it came with the I'm at Fiber Hustle Behind the Barn stitch marker, which, if you watch their podcast, it was a whole thing. So, thank you. I know I thanked you guys, but I wanted to say thank you again. And, yeah, it was, again, amazing meeting everyone, and that was so sweet. I mean, so sweet. Okay. I don't have any actual real knitting to show you, or, well, I guess I could show you the baby blanket progress, but I didn't bring it in here. But I have 2 days of Advent to show you. So this is the Advent from Rebecca, Stars Grove Fiber. I always mess up. It's Stars Grove. So let's do 24 and 25. Ready? 24. Because today is now October 25th and it's Tuesday. So 24. Oh, bullfrog slime to enhance your voice. That is great. Oh my god, and it has all these speckles. Green. I mean, if a Halloween Advent didn't have green, I'd be pretty upset. So, I'll keep that out. Why are you lingering? I'm scratching. Oh, he's lingering. 25. Oh, that's great too. Wasp poison. Builds character. Use 5 drops in a glass of water. All right, so 25, 24. Oh yeah. They're really great. All right, well, John has now dropped in food at my face, so let's see what he wants to show me. Ooh, mini stroopwafels. If you've not had a stroopwafel, it is like 2 thin type wafer cookies, and I think the original stroopwafels are caramel in the middle. I could be wrong about that, but they're big enough that you put it like over your tea cup or coffee cup and it it softens the caramel inside. These are minis though, so I don't know how you would do that. Bite into Daleman's stroopwafel, and you'll see why this Dutch classic is now a worldwide favorite. Freshly made dough, pressed in a waffle iron, golden brown and filled with mouth-watering caramel. So there you go. It doesn't say minis are enjoyed with friends, on the go, or with a nice cup of tea or coffee. So you can't put it over your tea or coffee, though. Ooh, but they're minis. Look at those little things. I'm not going to chew it on camera. All right, until the next clip. I'll see you guys then. Bye.
I don't.
He apparently has something to say.
I had a really bad day today, so I came home and fired up my grinder.
Oh.
And this was a rusty old piece of crap. I have no idea what it is, what its function is, but it was all rusty. It's still a little, it's got a little brown tint to it. But it's not rusty anymore. Yeah. There is no rust. That looks brown.
I wonder what that would be.
I have no idea what this is.
If you have any ideas.
Little curly things. I know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a plant holder, and I'm gonna paint it.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know what that is. So, if you have been watching John's adventures on Instagram, he has been, you've been having all kinds of adventures with cast iron.
I have.
And he's been really learning a lot about cast iron, and people are very excited on the Instagrams and saying that it's been pretty awesome and good job and whatnots. But yeah, and I've been learning how to cook more with cast iron, because that was not something I ever did, like growing up or whatever.
So now you're up to what, 2 times?
No, I've used it more than that.
Oh, really?
And I even cleaned it the other day.
That was the first, yeah.
That was the first time I cleaned it, because I was very scared.
Usually I get left with, hey,
you gotta clean this.
You gotta clean this. Which is fine.
Well, I'd rather, I mean, I know it can always be fixed. Yeah. Like, it can always be re-seasoned. That's the worst part. The worst part. He was trying to season, like, 5 different pieces of cast iron the other day, and I about died of, like, choking from smoke. Oh, okay. Food's here. All right. So, yeah. So, if you haven't been watching John's adventures, he's been having lots of fun with a angle grinder or a whatever grinder or whatever that is. So, here's a cat. She's not very impressed. She's not even angry. It's Friday, and I haven't recorded anything. When it's dark and you get home, and you just don't have the right light, I just hate putting that content out there, and I need to just stop thinking that way. Also, I live in this hoodie. I just live in it. I have a finished object to show you. I keep looking over at my monstera, and its leaves are kind of yellow, and I'm really sad, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And I don't think I'm overwatering, but I thought that's what it meant when the leaves turned yellow on any plant. So now I gotta do some research, and I just don't have the brain power. Today, Hayes got to have her Halloween parade at her school, so that was cool, because I think some schools don't even do that anymore. I guess it's based on maybe the principal. I'm not sure. But so we went there. She went in her costume. She was actually Lydia, because she didn't get to be Lydia last year for school because of, I don't know, something weathery happened, I think. And the day they were going to wear costumes, it didn't work out. That's here nor there. So let me show you. Finished object. Told you I was making that blanket for Hazel's teacher. Finished hat. I know they don't like match, but that's fine. This is what I had left because I knew I wanted to finish up that last row on the blanket with just a single crochet round, and that's what I did. So I used all of the light green that I had. And it's pretty big. So if it's folded in half, I think it's a great size blanket. It's great. I love this blanket. It moves really quick. You can use any size yarn, any size hook, whatever you feel comfortable with. And pretty sure it is a free pattern. I'd have to look, but I'm pretty sure I've probably made like 10 of these at least. So yeah, Hayes is really happy with it too. So she's very, very excited to be able to take this. Well, maybe tonight. We'll see. We'll see. I then had the Clockwork on the needles, which I haven't touched for a while. I'm just not feeling it. I do want to work on it. I might take that, I don't know, this weekend. We're heading out for some fun stuff this weekend, so maybe I'll take it. But, and then I had knit night last night, and I was gonna work on a pair of gloves for John because he wants a pair of fingerless mitts that have the convertible thingy on them. And I wound up some yarn that I thought was gonna work, and it didn't really work. And so instead, I just drank beer and did trivia. I'm usually the one that's always knitting at knit night. Not last night. I wasn't feeling it. I'm gonna make something else with that yarn. It's just not gonna work. So now I gotta dig through stash and figure out what I'm gonna do. I might use that farm yarn I got from the Maryland Lamb Co. Make the gloves because it's like a white, it's just natural, and then dye it. Maybe I'll do that. Okay. On to the Halloween Advent from Rebecca, and I have 3 days to open. I have 26, 27, and 28, and I found this in the bag. Oh, uh-oh. Oh no, did I just do that myself? I may have just cracked the candle when I didn't drop it earlier. I didn't drop it. I like banged it or something. Oh, look how cute. But it'll melt down. It's wax. It smells really good. Lemon and lavender, yeah. Oh, yeah, I love the smell of lemon. Not like that weird fake lemon. Definitely don't like the taste of the weird fake lemon when it's in like mixy drinks. Ooh, that's so gross. Okay. Tangent. Day 26. I don't remember what the last colors were. You will, because you probably just saw it. Ready? 26. Ooh. Cobweb oil to smoothen the skin. Dab on your cheeks to get them glowy and smooth. That's really pretty. Okay, ready? 27. Boop. Ooh, cat's whiskers. Oh, that's cool. Cat's whiskers essence. Increases innocent charm. 2 drops a day under the tongue. Innocent charm. Cats are innocent. They know exactly what they're getting into. Okay. One more. 28. Woo! And then I only have 29, 30, and then, the main skein. Oh man. Okay. Ooh, that's cool. Ooh, look at that little charm. Hold on. Let's show that. Boop. It's an owlie and it's green. My favorite color. Mouse tails. Dried and crunchy. Reduces squeaking voice. Slowly eat before breakfast. So here are the last 3 together that I've opened, I should say. That's really fun. That's really fun. So I did cast something on though, and I did last night. So I was going through, oh my gosh, I went through yarn. I keep my yarn that's listed in Ravelry separate, and I have a bin for unlisted Ravelry yarn until it gets listed, pictures taken and then listed. And I put those in my stash, and I didn't do all of them yet. And I have like 340 some skeins of yarn. I feel like super gluttonous. I need to really start cranking some stuff because I feel like I could really get some stuff out of my stash that are like a lot of single skeins because I have lots of single skeins, or I have a lot of sock sets or self-striping that are going to be socks. I just need to like start moving it. I need to start moving it. I felt really like, yeah. So I was emptying, I started emptying all my knitting bags because I was looking for a certain needle. I found the needle, that was good, but then I didn't like the gloves. Long story short, I got home last night. I needed to finish putting away all that stuff that I had dumped on my floor. And I decided to cast on something I just purchased. So, sorry not sorry. This is my awesome bag here. Oh, God, where's the tag? There it is. Bates thread. This is the Where the Sidewalk Ends fabric. and it was custom. I asked for if she had fabric, and she had enough fabric for a big giant bag, and yes, score. Okay, I cast on, do you remember the monster kit that I bought for Hayes from Companion Fiber? It makes this guy. There's really nothing on there, but it makes that guy. I cast that on. Boy, does this yarn make a mess. Not a mess. It's fuzzy. Maybe you've knit with it before. It is the Knit Picks Fable Fur. And this is the colorway. It looked really gray, but now I'm knitting with it and it looks very odd. It's Hibou, or Hibou. And I looked that up and it said it translated to owl. But when I look at this now, I'm seeing green. But I know you don't, can you see that tinge of green? It's like greenish. Are owls green? I don't know if I've ever seen an owl that has like color like that. Now I'm gonna Google green owls. Okay, it calls for a size 3 needle, and that's a 16-inch circular. That is what I'm using. I have a long tail here because I'm going to probably be using this to do some seaming up, but yeah, see that? This is really cool though, I'm not going to lie. You definitely don't want to be a new knitter trying to knit with this, just pre-warning you, because you can't see your stitches, like barely at all. At all. Like, it's like using like faux fur, was that what it was? Or what, all, like a lot of the really art yarns that had come out, that still come out, because obviously this is like an art yarn. But so I'm working on that, and I have to do so many inches, and that's where I'm at. But I'm excited to like bring something into my stash and then already put it back out into the world. So Hayes is really excited too, because when she picked this kit, I was like, you sure you don't want to buy one that's already pre-made? Because then mommy doesn't have to make it and you have an instant gratification. And she goes, no, because I like that color. And this color wasn't any of the finished ones. I don't know how many colors Knit Picks puts out of this, but I mean, it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. So that's what I'm working on. That's my newest cast on. And I don't know where I was on the blanket. I'm sorry. I've been really lax about not putting progress keepers on to show you guys where I was in the previous clips. So even if, I mean, I could put a progress keeper on that, you would see it. It's so weird when you stick your hand in there and it doesn't feel like it should be yarn. It feels like a stuffed animal. It's crazy. I mean, obviously that's what it's gonna be. Okay, I'm just rambling. I don't know when I'll put this up, but you guys will be watching it, so you'll know. But we have some very fun stuff planned for tomorrow. It's MJ's birthday, and maybe I'll take video of all that, and it'll go in this video for you guys to see. It's gonna be pretty cool. Everybody's really, really excited for it, like all 4 of us. So, yeah. There you go. Until tomorrow, I guess. Okay, today is Sunday, and it is October 30th, and I need to round up this video for this episode. I have a little bit of things to show you, and then there's going to be some footage at the end for what we did yesterday. Yesterday was a very busy day, not a long day, because we got home a decent amount of time, but we had tickets to the Barn Hill Preserve, which is in Delaware, and we had timed tickets, so you had to be there at a certain time, and it's only timed tickets. You can't just go there, and they have all these events, so if you're in the area, definitely check them out. Most of their animals are like rescues or have been surrendered, and so, you know, they need money to help keep up with this awesome place. And so the extra thing that we put on to our package was for Michaela, who is the oldest, who is in love with sloths, and they have 5 sloths there. She was able to feed a sloth. So I didn't realize this, and I thought she was going to be able to hold a sloth, but that was not true. they actually don't like to be held or pet by people that they don't really know, even the people they do know. So she did get to feed a sloth. And we were like up close and personal. Like they seriously would have climbed onto us if the person was like, no, you got to back away if they start doing that. So that was an extra. One of the other extras is, excuse me, you can swim with the otter, which is amazing. But that's only certain times because, you know, pool, cold, etc. They also do lots of events. So they do like Ruse and Brews, which is the kangaroos and like beer event. And they have all these sipping with the sloths, which is like wine events. So I guess you can do all these different things. So it's all on their website. I'll link them down below. So on the car trip, I had started working already on, I ripped the label really good. This is the Monster Companion, and it is from Companion Fiber Company. And this uses that yarn I showed you guys from Knit Picks, the Fable Fur. So I started this, and I've now finished it. Hazel is so excited. She has already like given it all kinds of love. This is what I have left of that Fable Fur, so I'll probably just end up tossing it because I don't know what I would do with that. But there's a ton of fiber fill left. Like, I might message the lady and be like, you could definitely use less in your monsters because that's a lot of extra. So this is Candy, Meet Candy. I have to fix this part. I don't know what Hazel did, but I had tucked all the ends in. Candy has 2 little arms, little eyeball buttons, and 2 little horns. Super cute. All right, so this is Candy. She's really cute. He's cute. Hazel, what? Is it just Candy? Is it non-binary? Is it a male or female? Do you know? Oh, it's a girl. Okay, this is Candy. So, yeah, Candy is finished. And I've been struggling for another project because I want to cast on another sweater. I just haven't had time to swatch. Yeah. So, John has asked for another pair of fingerless gloves, but he wants the convertible gloves. So he has the gloves that have each finger, not just across. He didn't want those. So I had cast on another yarn. I didn't like it. It wasn't giving me the fabric I was hoping for. I'm going to link the pattern down below. This is from Knit Picks, I believe, and it's a fingerless glove pattern, but it comes with like 4 different styles. So you can do the convertible part, you can do a full mitten, I think. So it has all these options. So this is from the Maryland Lamb Co-op that I was getting a yarn subscription for. This was one of their yarns. I think it was a border Cheviot cross, I believe. I could be wrong, but I have 2 skeins of this. It's a worsted weight. It's very farm yarn, and it's going to be great for fingerless gloves because John, like, so he doesn't want this color though. So I'm already thinking of like dip dyeing it or just solid color dyeing it. I'm not sure. I have gotten to the part where I'm going to start doing my thumb gusset. So this is on a US 2. I actually started with a 3, what the pattern called for, but it wasn't giving me a fabric I really liked. This was much better on a 2. There you go. So that is what I've been working on. Do I go get the little thing I did as a test thing? Or do I make you wait till next week? Okay, I might go get it. Other than that, we have been watching The Patient on Hulu. That's been quite interesting. It's a psychological thriller series that's a Hulu exclusive with Steve Cottrell. I hope I'm not wrong on who that. But that, and then I didn't realize the other actor was from About Time, which we love that movie. And he's also one of the Weasley brothers, which I didn't realize that either. And I was like, holy cow, no wonder he kind of looked familiar. So, yeah. Stay tuned for videos at the end of this for some animals that we saw. Yeah. The only other thing I guess I have to talk about is I will be cranking at but it is going to be a demo. So at the Alpaca and Fleece Festival, which is not this coming weekend, but the next weekend, and it's held at Howard County Fairgrounds, I will be inside one of the buildings and I will be doing cranking demonstrations on my Erlbacher Gearhart Speedster circular sock machine. So if you are in the area and you are interested in just seeing how those machines work, I will be there. I actually got some cards printed because, well, we needed cards anyway for our Knitty Bow Fiber Co. And I just did a small batch because I don't know, I'm not sure if we're gonna, like, I know a lot of people are jumping from Etsy, etc., blah, blah, blah. But right now, I mean, we're just on Etsy. So I just wanted to have something to give people in case they were like, oh, do you have like a YouTube channel, or do you have a shop, or do you have this, or do you have that? So how can I find you? And so I got cards printed. And I had drawn up this cute little whimsical logo with a sheep and an alpaca. And John was like, it looks like it should be a logo for a farm. And I was like, okay. He's like, it needs to be edgier and it needs to represent like us more. And I was like, okay. So I'm like racking my brain. I'm sitting and thinking and doing all the things. And I kept thinking music, and I wasn't sure, like, you know, that's one thing that John and I really love, like concerts and bonding with music and whatnot. So I say so a lot, and I realized that after I watch myself back. It's hard to break habits. I designed this, and I know some people aren't going to get it, and it's totally okay if you don't. So I'm going to show you. Now, if you get it, you get it. And if you don't, you might think other things that, like, I think one of my knitting friends was like, oh, it's Blues Brothers-esque. And I was like, yeah, it kind of is with the hat and whatnot. But, so, John and I, our first concert was Less Than Jake, which, if you know Less Than Jake is kind of like a ska punk band, a ska punk band. Okay, so we love ska music, right? So ska music is like horns and brass and whatnot. And there can be different levels of ska music where it's like really like all those kinds of instruments, or it could be a mix. So one of the things that you do is you skank dance at a ska concert, and this sheep is skank dancing. I know not many people aren't going to get it. And then, of course, the whole checkers on the side is kind of like a whole thing with ska music. And so John fully approved of this, and I went for it, and I got just 100 cards printed. So we would have them for just in casey's moments. So, all right, that's about it. John, you have anything to say?
Do I have anything to say?
Just in general, do you have anything you need to add to the end of this episode? Because I've talked a lot.
Did you talk about your card?
I did. I just showed them.
It's amazing. So did you tell the whole story?
I told him how I did the whimsical farm logo. And you were like,
it looked
no.
like we were in an alpaca farm in New Zealand. Like it
was cute. If I can find an image of it, I'll insert it.
And I was like, dude, we're still hip. We're still edgy. Like, we don't need to be like painted sky alpaca farm. Like, make it something well, they're awesome. They are awesome, but it looked like we're trying to steal their logo. Like,
no, I don't even know what their logo looks like.
I don't either, but I would imagine it looks like that first drawing.
Like whimsy and cutesy. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So I was like, dude, interject a little bit of us in it. I mean, there's no like blood or semen, but
God.
And she came up with this, and I was like, I love it. And then she sent it to her friends, and they were like, I don't get it. And I was like, I love it even more now. So, yeah, we met at a punk ska show.
That's what I said too. I told them that.
And we've been
skanking since 2010.
That did not look like I was skanking, but it looked like
we went and saw the Scatolites, which I know that was not your favorite at all.
Well, I was just exhausted.
Okay, other than that though, okay, the Scatolites are like one of the original, like, ska, not original.
I wonder if that lady made it through COVID.
I don't know.
She was literally like 106.
No, I think she was in her 80s though when we saw her.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It was amazing. It was so good. Okay.
I had just gotten back from South by Southwest and I'd done like 30 shows in like a day.
Anymore.
Okay.
But you pet kangaroos yesterday.
I did.
I told them I'm gonna insert pictures and video of all that after this. So
yeah. I got my glog going. It's in the...
Your grog?
Glog is what they call it.
Okay, well that's their brand name.
Yes, but my grog is in the crock pot outside.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to make some noise with some cast irons and I'm getting coals for food.
All right. Well, that's about it then. That's what I got. I was gonna show them what I did last night, but I'm gonna make them hold out, I think.
Yeah, you made me wait long enough.
For
nothing.
Oh my god. Stop.
I made a marinade with our fancy olive oil, balsamic, soy sauce, garlic, and rosemary. I've got a London broil that's been marinating since last night. We're gonna play with that on the fire.
He's the only one that's really beans. Him and Hazel are gonna love that.
Yes, you're gonna love it too. I've already thought of it because I'm gonna cook it to a medium.
Do you see how upset he is about that?
I'm gonna smoke it to a medium rare, and then I'm gonna finish it off over the fire, bring it up to a medium. And if it's not done enough, I will slice yours individually afterwards, and then put it back on the fire to completely deplete it of any and all flavor or nutrients, the way you like it. Like something that I'd ever thought about really before I fell in love. Like if you are courting someone and you're like, man, is this person the one? You can look out for all the red flags, but one thing that you have to know:
how do they like their meat done?
If they are a well done meat person,
red flags.
So many.
Throw in the towel.
Yeah, because like I've got to start. Like, if I make a steak, she'll eat it, but I gotta start it, like, 3.5 days in advance for her.
Not bad.
No,
okay.
Dude, you want it to taste like the Doc Martens that you love so much.
All right, we're gonna go. You're just being mean.
I'm not being mean. I'm being truthful.
I bet there's a lot of people that still like their steak well done. May not be as many as people that don't like it, but there are people that do. I'm sticking with it.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Usually I bring it up to a rare, and then I finish it off to a nice medium rare. But I'm not going to do that because I want you to love it. Mm-hmm. So we've got glog.
Okay.
We've got London broil. We got
green beans.
Kid wants me to make green beans over the fire. And I think we got some taters in there that I'm going to do something with. I don't know.
Okay. And I might make that garlic spread. And crostinis.
You go, girl.
Really
it does. Do we have enough? Ooh, I don't know if we've got enough like low budget olive oil. Because don't you have to soak the whole thing in olive oil?
I don't know. All right, guess I'm not.
No, you can. I'll run to the store if I have to. I'm going outside.
Yeah.
Peace happy.
Peace happy. All right. I'll talk to you in the next episode, and I'll show you guys my secret whatever I've been working on. Until then, knit happy, take care of one another, check on one another, send funny gifs, ask all the questions, and just tell them you love them. All right, until then, bye.